What up, guys? Moody here. Back with some more warp creator tips. Another way you can use this. This method right here is the repeating wingsuit. Now, I don't know if you guys are into the wingsuit races, but you notice when they're a capture or a race, it's usually just a point to point. You can only go through it once. Not a big payout because it's such a fast race. You know what I'm saying? With this method right here, you can actually run it in laps using this warp checkpoint. I can set this wingsuit to 99 laps if I want to, and do the wingsuit 99 times if I want to increase my payout or whatever, instead of just a fast, droll race that really doesn't pay out any. Same thing as before, you know what I mean? When I was telling you about, in the prior video, the warp checkpoint. But instead of making it a lap race, just make it a point-to-point, guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a point-to-point style race, but it's still a lap race, you know what I'm saying? Because what happens here, instead of shooting into the FIB building like I showed you in the last video, it'll actually shoot me back up to a wingsuit tunnel here, okay? So we'll just get down here and I'll show you guys. Now, these are crazy. If you want your tunnel high, like mine is way on up there, Deluxo, best thing to use because it's easy to get up there in the testing phase. You know, you guys got to be able to get to that checkpoint to be able to test this thing. If you can't test it, it's not going to work. It's not going to run online. You're not even going to be able to complete it. Unless you got a way to glitch past the test, which has been patched for a long time. This is the only way you're going to do it. Okay. Where's my checkpoints? There's that one. Alright, there we go. See what we got here, guys? You know what I mean? So what'll happen is when I hit my warp checkpoint, bam, there's my primary, number 3, or number 1 in the back there. So what'll happen is when I hit my warp checkpoint, which is my boat checkpoint over land, it spits me out at that primary number 1 checkpoint. You know what I mean? And what that'll do is it'll spit me into the motorcycle checkpoint, and then that will spit me into my player on foot checkpoint, enabling me to do this here wingsuit, guys. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. But like I said, you got to be able to get in this thing to be able to test it, guys. If you can't test it, it is not gonna work. You know, it's a pretty cool glitch, and you can, like I said, you can set your wingsuit race to 5 laps if you want to, instead of just running through this thing one time. You know what I mean? Getting done and over with. You can loop it. You know what I mean? Lap it. Whatever you want to do. Pretty cool. I quite enjoy it because I mean it's just, there's so much to do with it, guys. And to be honest with you, I discovered this on accident, guys. The first day the transform races were dropped, I tried to create this race that had a boat wall ride. Now, when I was in the test phase, it worked perfect. But when I tried to run my race online, I got in. As soon as I hit that first boat checkpoint, it just automatically teleported me back to the primary checkpoint I just passed. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, how? You know, how did this do that? Well, I actually figured out a way to make it work to be able to use this. The next problem I encountered was actually being able to get to the next checkpoint in a boat to be able to complete this thing in a test phase, which is the reason for the secondary course when you're creating this thing. If you don't have a secondary course, you're not going to be able to create one of these things because the boat don't got wheels. You can't drive it to the next checkpoint, so therefore you need to slide that boat into a vehicle that has wheels that'll enable you to get to the next checkpoint. Now you're going to have to create 2 races, and you're going to have to make your transform checkpoint a vehicle that you can actually use to get to the checkpoint. You can use buzzards. Me personally, I enjoy the Deluxo since it was dropped. I mean, I do all my teleport races with this thing because it totally does everything. It flies and drives, you know what I mean? It ain't restricted. Because like I said in my prior video, the thing has to be on the ground, guys. You know what I mean? If it's not on the ground, if it's not, all 4 wheels ain't on the ground, it's not going to teleport. Now, if you're like this and try to go into a teleport, not going to happen. Flying vehicles cannot teleport. It's got to be on the ground vehicle, guys. But, yeah. pretty cool. You know what I mean? You can use this method for all kind of other things, guys. You know what I mean? You can make a point-to-point teleport race that goes clean across the map. You know what I mean? But like how this race is, it's pretty much a point-to-point race, but you're able to run laps on it. You know what I mean? Like you'll come down, you'll shoot there, you'll teleport all the way back up to there, fly down, and rinse and repeat the process, enabling you to be able to repeat wingsuit races. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, here's another tactic that just don't get a lot of love from the creator community. I don't know if it's because it's a glitch or something, you know what I'm saying? But this is PS4, guys, you know what I mean? I'm not using mods to glitch me to the next checkpoint, you know what I mean? And this is a created race. As you see here, we'll update it, you know what I mean? This is on PS4, guys. This is console. This is not a mod, you know what I mean? This is a 100% working glitch that you can use to make some pretty fun, creative, and interesting races. I made one called a heist location, guys. I actually made a video on it if you want to check it out. I actually teleport to every single heist location on the map. I even got a little makeshift submarine out there in the Bogdan, you know what I'm saying? Every heist location, Humane Labs, the bank, you know what I mean? Trevor's airfield, the prison, you know, it's pretty cool race. You even drive by Fleeka in it. I mean, it's a pretty cool method, guys. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it does not get a lot of love, and I don't understand why it doesn't. Maybe because you didn't come up with it first, but this is totally cool, and I'm glad that it's in here. And my calculations are correct. Rockstar can't patch this, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because then they'll have to change up how that checkpoint is. You know how the warning that was prompted, you cannot place this checkpoint here, it'll respawn in the coordinating vehicle. You know, they can't fix that. So that will enable this to keep on working. You know what I mean? You can teleport clean across the map. You can teleport under the map. Anywhere you can go. As long as you can get to that checkpoint and test this thing, it's going to work. This is Moody 765, and hopefully it's informative, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Repeating wingsuits. Never done before. But because I'm the one that did it first, it's not a big deal. Whatever. What's great about this, it's not an easy glitch to steal. You know what I'm saying? So not a lot of people are going to even steal this from me because they don't know how to do it. All my other glitches I post on here, it's kind of funny. A week later, another YouTuber pops out like he figured this shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. It really is. I've had guys actually try to argue with me, trying to tell me they discovered this method when not one of them can give me a shred of proof that they did this any time before I did it. I did this the day Transform races were released. Now I did it on accident, but from that accident I figured out how to do this by manipulating my checkpoint. This is a pretty awesome find. You go on my social club, Cheddar Bob on PC, Moody 765 XD on PS4, you know what I mean, and just play any race that says warp. You know what I mean? You'll see. Super easy, guys. You know what I mean? Once you figure it out. A few of my fellow creators in here have seen this method, used this method, and you got some pretty cool stuff. His channel is actually pretty underrated as well. I mean, it's a damn shame because this guy actually comes up with some pretty good stuff. Master Tricks, my guy on Xbox One, he's making the warp checkpoint races, and he has a lot of them. He has some pretty good content, guys. Like I said, his channel doesn't get the respect it deserves. Maybe you should slide by there and check him out too. This is Moody 765, and hopefully you guys get some use out of this too. No creator DLC? That's okay, Rockstar. We'll make our own.